Wait, you're telling me I need an intro for this? Ah! Oh, shit.
Crap.
It's recording. Fuck it.
This is Big Boss Incarnate.
What is going on, my fellow incarnations? Incarnations? Ah, why not? I don't care. Yeah, this video is about Army of Two. It's one of my secret franchises I really like. Purely and simply because it's about guns. Manly shit. With guns, bullets, explosions. Lots of Michael Bay type explosions. It's Michael Bay's explosion guy. If you didn't know that, you don't watch films, obviously. But anyway, distracted again. I have to stop saying that. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Army of Two is, well, the first one. Well, I'm going to cover 3 topics. First one is story, gameplay, and guns in all 3 of the games. Just going to quickly breeze over this because I like this game franchise, kind of. I mean, obviously the last one isn't as good, but we'll get to that, okay? Okay, so first up is story. So, the main characters in the first game is Rios and Salem. And they're, you know, pure badasses. But the voice actors change in, like, every game. But the only one I really care about is in the second game, when Salem is voiced by Nolan North. Oh yeah. Yeah, Rios is supposed to be a badass voice, and I think he has a badass voice in all of the games. He's a big, huge, massive guy that goes around murdering people. The start of the first game, they're Marines, and they get fucked over by the army, and yeah, they just decide to go all mercenary because this guy from the army says, hey, I'm going to make a mercenary company and you can join. And then there was just them 2, so that's probably why they got the Army of 2. Plus they wear this ridiculous armor, big, huge, massive fucking armor. And of course in that first game there's this guy that goes around calling them fuckos. Whatever retardation reason you call someone a fucko. Fucko is like the worst use of the word fuck. Okay, it is. It just is. Okay, so then you go to the Army of 2, the 40th day, and they're in this place, Shanghai. You kind of just start off in here. So, yeah, so they basically just are there, and they have to do a mission. They have to do this mission, blah, blah, blah. It's not very, like, technical. You wouldn't think about it at all. You just do it, and that's it. Kill guys. And then the armor and that was toned down a good bit because in the first one, it's like when you were actually moving the character, you felt really like you were full of that armor. In the first one, like it doesn't even seem like bullets would hurt you because you've like 10 layers of fucking armor on.
Suppressing fire.
So yeah, then there's the third one, which is like totally different to the first 2 because they have new characters in it, and it's run by the guys. Like in the end of the first game, they made this company called TWO, to, you know, Trans World Corporation, organization. I mean, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Fuck it, doesn't matter. But yeah, Rios and Salem are like the leaders or whatever. But anyway, you're controlling these 2 guys called Alpha and Bravo, which I didn't like them at first when I played it first, but then I grew to like them because they were kind of fun characters, you know, typical manly, don't give a shit about certain things, do the right thing kind of shit, you know that. The armor was toned down even more, then really it was just like a bit of clothes and the mask, and that was it. Like, oh, the masks, yes, I'll get to that in a next part. But just to finish that last topic, it's set in Mexico, and yeah, shit goes down in that one. There's like spoilers and stuff I could tell you, but fuck it, it doesn't really matter. You have to play the games yourself, you'll know yourself. Okay, so gameplay, right? So in all 3 of the games, you get to customize your masks. Now in the second one, you have to do this really awkward customization online. You have to go online, sign in and all this shite, and then make the masks or download the ones that people had made, because you could get people who made one. Like, some of them were pretty cool. It was cool, but it was really fucking annoying for me. I don't know. Shit internet, I guess, again. You have to download the whole thing and edit it there and save it there in your profile, I guess. So in the first one, you had a few set masks. You couldn't really do anything about that. And in the third one, you can make your masks in the game, which, you know, probably just developed from the second one. I didn't really bother doing that in the third one because there was loads of mass there, and I don't know. It's still fun to do, but I don't know. It's not my thing, I guess. Okay, so in the first game, you didn't have the shoulder switch, which is in the second 2 games. Wait, hold on a second. No, it's not in the third game, actually, now that I think of it. Yeah. Okay, so it was not in the first game or the third game, but it was in the second game, which is fun, you know, shoulder switch. A main cool thing in the first game I really liked was called the overkill thing. Overkill thing? I don't know what you call it, overkill rampage or something. But yeah, you go into this rampage, but it was this kind of a different type of overkill, because there's another overkill in the third game. But in the first game, one of them, whoever activated it, it was kind of random too. Well, it didn't really tell you, or maybe I was just so retarded I didn't know how to do it. But one guy had like infinite ammo, and he would just be able to keep shooting for a certain amount of time, along with the other guy. But the other guy could run around really fast in his really massive armor. He looked huge, like I said before, he could melee them really quick, and then everything would be in slow motion and shit, like, which is really, really badass. Yeah, the meleeing in all the games is pretty badass. The second one I think is probably my favorite. Just the moves they did in the meleeing was really badass. Like, there's some moves like where you just kick their head off and stuff. It was awesome. Well, you wouldn't kick their actual head off. I mean, you just do a really awesome kick into their face, and then they go flying. So in the second game, the cutscenes. Jeez, you couldn't skip the cutscenes, and every cutscene was really terrible graphics and explosions everywhere. And you're just like, Michael Bay, would you go away? Seriously, it was just like so annoying, so annoying. I sound way American there, don't I? I'm not American. Did I make that clear? I'm sorry. Okay. There's no overkill in the second game, which was kind of a bummer, but there was other cool things in it. There was this weird thing called the morale choices, and it didn't have like fuck all effect at all on the whole game. Only the last one. There's like one at the end that was kind of important that leads into the third game, kind of, only a small bit, but there was there's two of these ones that kind of, one was the funny one with Salem was trying to, like, this security guard. We were going in to steal guns in this place, and this stupid security guard was all nervous and, you know, typical bullshit. I could choose to just take the guns or leave the guns, and if I take the guns, I kill the security guard. And like Salem says, like, my favorite line in that is like, oh no, it was Rios who said it to Salem. Yeah, he was like, how hard is it for you not to kill someone? I was like, damn, I'm a badass. But yeah, so this other morale choice, which is the stupidest morale choice, oh my god, was this tiger one, right? So if you let this you can either kill this tiger and get the gun in the cage with the tiger, or you leave the tiger alone, and then after a while it shows you these weird graphical cutscenes. If you ever seen the Uncharted Eye of Indra, it was like that, and it would show the tiger went into this guy's random car. This guy robbed a fucking store, and then the tiger was in the backseat of his car when he got back in the car, and then the tiger like ate him or something. So it's like, what the fuck has that got to do with anything? Like, it's just so random. What the fuck? Like, I've been talking for a while. Sorry, I keep going because yeah. I enjoyed this stuff. It's like, these games aren't perfect, and I love the way they aren't perfect, because then you can just pick at the stupid things in them, and it's kind of fun too. So yeah, that's the second one. And then the third one, they had this overkill again. They brought the overkill back from the first game, and yeah, you'd have regular overkill for one person or your other person, like, and then I think in the first one you had to, the overkill counted for both of you, but in the third one, that was Cartel. The overkill can be activated by either, and you can use a single overkill, or if you activate them at the same time, you get this awesome double overkill. Everything goes into slow motion, and then when you're shooting them, bits of their bodies are just flying everywhere. Oh, it's mental. And then in the meleeing in that one was just a lot more knife focused, because these guys were kind of more average looking guys in the third game, whereas in like the first two games you'd have Salem and Rios is like a big huge guy, and Salem was kind of an average-ish bigger kind of guy. Oh, this sounds so gay. But yeah, they just used lots of knives and murdering. And you could skip the cutscenes in that one. That was awesome. Oh, and there's lots of customization for your character in the third one. Like, you can make them, you can put outfits on them, and tattoos. Yeah, that was it. And the guns as well, yeah. Well, I'm going on to the guns now. The AI for the fucking third game is like the worst ever, so it is. Because like all of a sudden you'd have these really retarded bad guys just standing in front of you and not shooting you, and then all of a sudden they'd be like aimbot and they'd have you downed. I was downed so many times, like it's just ridiculous. On insane difficulty it's even worse. Like they just sometimes for some reason you're just running around and all of a sudden instant death, and then when your buddy comes over to try and heal you, it's like he's instantly dead as well. And vice versa. If he gets downed, I go after him, and everyone's suddenly like, "Oh, he's over there." But obviously, because it's the whole aggro thing. The aggro thing has been in all 3 games. Actually, that's another main point I meant to mention was aggro. That's how the game basically works. Is if one guy is fucking like, "I'm gonna kill everything and shoot the shit out of this guy," everyone will focus on that guy. Another guy goes around and flanks them and kills them, and then vice versa. That's basically how it works. And it's to do with like the heavies. There's like heavies in the first one, second one, and third one. The second one was like probably the smartest way of doing them. You had to like shoot specific parts on their bodies, like they were glowing orange or yellowy or something. It was a bit like Dead Space, you know, shoot the glowy bits and they'll die. Okay, so the guns in the first game, they were pretty good. They weren't like more focused on the guns in the first one. They were just focused on more like teamwork and shit, but they still had pretty good guns. There was a minigun, and had like no accuracy whatsoever. Like you'd be in front of them, and the bullets would just be going all around them. It was insane, and it took like a minute or something because you could hear the minigun winding up before it shoot. I know that's how miniguns work, but like, it made it even worse then. Like, and then he was just fucking firing everywhere and shit. So yeah, there's usually 3 set gun types. There was a handgun, an assault rifle, and a heavy gun. You can make the gun color just... There was only like 1 or 2 colors in the first game first. It was like silver or gold or something, or the standard color. The handguns were pretty cool. You could have like a machine gun or whatever it is. I mean, the first gun was actually the best technically. It got the best rating and all the rest. The second one then the second best, and the third one was, yeah, it was pretty bad. And I kind of know why, but I'm not too bothered. I like it overall. Okay, so back to the guns again. So in the second game, the guns were... It was kind of cool too. It had its extra elements in it, like you could add different mods to the bottom of the guns, like grenade launchers and stuff like that. I think that was in the first game. I've played the first game for so long. It was like pre-trophies, so you know that's an old game. Pre-trophies means like it came out the whole... like 1 year after the PS3 first came out. Yeah, in that one you had 3 set gun types as well. You had a handgun and an assault rifle and another heavy gun, whatever, a sniper rifle or something. It was weird the way it decided it in the second game, because you had like sniper rifles and you had like powerful shotguns and stuff. It was kind of weird the way they did it in the second one. I didn't like the targeting reticule in the second one that much. It was still good, but it was kind of shit. But then there's this crazy shit they had in the second game was the amount of colours you could have on your gun. You can make the gun like a fucking pink fucking thing. Like it would look retarded. Or like zebras. Or like fucking pandas. Or something really shiny and ridiculous. Like I don't know why they focus so much on that shite, like when they could be focusing on fixing the game type or gameplay. No, I'm not saying there's anything terribly wrong with it. It's still a good game overall. But they focused a lot on that, which I like that. So in the third game, the customization was kind of meh. There was the possibility of a lot more you could do with that if they just added more to it. I'd say they'd get a lot out of it. Like the way they laid it out, like you go into this armory and you could test fire the gun while you're just picking it. And there was also like the way that it looked. The guns all looked really cool in the third game. There's just not that many to select from, really. You're kind of starting off, you wouldn't know what you're doing, and you think there's way too much in it at the start, but then when you actually get money after the first few missions and buy the parts, you realise there's nothing really to buy. There really isn't, like. Yeah, I love how there's always stealth missions in each of these, and it's completely irrelevant because you just go around shooting things and blowing things up and you don't give a shit. Okay, so in the third game, yeah, you'd have 1 set gun, so you just have your handgun, but then you'd have your other 2 main guns, but you could pick them to be anything out of the different types of guns. You could have assault rifles, light machine guns, submachine guns, and sniper rifles, and shotguns. And yeah, there's one shotgun that has like the most ridiculous rate of fire I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's just ridiculous. And then when you use the double overkill, which is in like slow motion and shit, you're just like using a fucking minigun, shotgun. Like it's just fucking rips everything apart, you know. It's fucking insane. So yeah, in this one you had really good customization for the colors and things, like proper different like army kind of colors and cooler like silvery colors, like different kinds of silver and gold. It's kind of fun, you know, that stuff. Not like stupid Call of Duty, but oh yeah, fuck off, I don't care, I'm not talking about that. Okay, so that's pretty much it in terms of that. So what I would like to see, obviously, if they decide to stay going with it, which is probably only a small possibility, but it'd still be awesome. There was like a cliffhanger at the end of the third one. Oh yeah, and at the end of the second one, the weirdest fucking ending in the history of games ever. You had to decide whether to kill your partner, which is Rios or Salem. Depending on who you were, I was Salem, obviously, because I love the North. So I had to kill Rios or kill the guy at the end. There was a big bad guy. It wasn't really a big bad guy, it was just a guy you had to kill. He was kind of ordering everyone around and talking shite. But if you killed him, like, you'd kill like billions of people in Shanghai or some shite because he planted bombs everywhere. Or you'd kill your partner and save all the people. And I was like, fuck off, I'm killing you, you cunt. And that was it. It was the weirdest ass choice ever. But like, I would like to see like a lot more customization and like using two people in a better way. I know it's hard to do in co-op, and make sure it's fucking split screen as well, because all these new games, they're not split screen, they're just online. Now that is all great and everything, but like if you had a little brother or little sister or brother or something. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed that. I was just going over this Army of 2 game. It's really enjoyable. I had fun playing it, you know. It was good crack. Fuck it, as always. Blow shit up and beat shit down. Damn, I'm a badass.
Man, these guys are insane. Running straight into a machine gun. Not smart. Isn't that what we just did? Yeah, but we're fucking awesome.